Welcome back to part 2 of No Holds Barred this week. An exciting double episode coming your way. Thanks loads to Liz Webster who came in and helped. And
she's a good egg.
She's brilliant. We'll put lots of links to her stuff down below. Make sure you follow her, and hopefully, all being well, might get some Vox Pops work done with her soon for the podcast, which would be amazing.
That'd be so much better if you did that rather than me at the moment.
Yeah, we'll hit up Swindon
Maybe after
Town.
my surgery, when it doesn't get cancelled.
If it ever gets... Yeah, when is it? The 30th? You've been rescheduled?
Yes, fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed, absolutely.
Mm.
So, yeah. So, we're back on our more normal format for part 2. Yeah. So, we're going to do a little reform roundup and just having a little general chat as well about other stuff. Maybe Kemi Badenoch might pop up again.
Could I preempt your reform roundup just briefly?
Of course.
Because I've got nothing else to talk about. But
we always say that.
I just want to take this moment for us to sit here and realise that an MP has just resigned when they should have resigned. It's like retro.
True. Oh, yeah. Old school.
And, yeah, there was a Ferrari, but it was like an old school one.
Mm.
Not like when, Jeremy Hunt got found out, or any other than many Tory lords, or Michelle Mone, or Dido Harding, or, indeed, Zahawi. All of the Tories who, robbed the economy. And then she made a cheeky evasion choice, apparently.
Allegedly.
And thinking it was avoidance, over 40 grand, and then resigned within 48 hours. That's it's the stuff of the 90s.
It is. That's how things should actually work in real life. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's not nice to see Rayna lose her job. I don't think it's, I quite like her actually as a politician, but, she's done the right thing, as you say. And the machine of government has worked.
Fucking stupid decision that was for 40 grand.
I mean, yeah.
All things considered. And it was pointed out to me, interestingly. I can't take credit. Props to Paul, who went, "What happened yesterday?" So what do you mean? He said, they had a reshuffle, didn't they? Of all their advisors. And all of a sudden, she's got a change of tack. Oh, that didn't work.
Yeah.
Well done, Starmer. Great choice.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my God. Propriety makes
that's
things so much easier. Let's bring it back.
Well, honesty in politics. Yeah, I never catch on. But yeah, you're right. It's a shame for Angela Rayner, but the right thing has happened in the right time frame. Yeah. It's exactly how it should happen. Yeah. So it should be nothing to see now from now on.
Fair dues. It's I'm not sure if it's the second or third one that's happened, but it's definitely, there was Bridget Phillipson, wasn't there?
No, she's still
Is
education
that picking
secretary.
up on the mic?
What is it?
My next door neighbours just decided to mow their lawn.
Oh no, I can't hear it actually.
Good, because I can. Anyway, it'll be fine if you can't hear it. Mind you, couldn't hear Bruce shouting the other day, and he was definitely shouting. So, apologies to listeners. I'm just going to shut my window.
Oh God! More breaking news has just happened when you went to close your window.
Is he dead?
Nigel Farage is.
Oh
no! The Duchess of Kent has died at 92.
Oh, Michael. She was like 112.
92, I think she is. So.
Well, not far off.
And then Nigel Farage, breaking news on the BBC, is about to deliver his keynote. No, unfortunately not. He's going to deliver his keynote speech at the Reform Party conference, and that's breaking news for the BBC.
But not his round humiliation in the States. No, that's not. Oh, I swear to God, this country, man.
He doesn't.
This country,
he, care,
he was right. This country is like North Korea, just on propaganda.
Yeah.
And I'm not even exaggerating. I'm genuinely being very fucking serious there. We must be on a par.
For his benefit. It all works towards him, though, doesn't it? It doesn't work
It's psychotic.
against him in any way.
Or actually psychotic.
Mm. Yeah, you're not wrong. So, with that being said,
we haven't even started the Reform Roundup yet.
No.
Do you know what? When you said whoever just died, the first person to pop into my head was Fergie. It was like, wrong one.
No, much older one. But should we do our mini?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's not going to be mini. I'm going to keep it as mini as I can, but Reform Roundup. I'm going to start with one thing that Adam Schwartz put out on Twitter the other day and directed nearly 1 million people have seen it now. So he put out a tweet and that just highlighted that it says not a single Reform UK MP attended today's Commons statement. This was on September the 2nd, 3 days ago, on child rape gangs. There wasn't a single Reform MP there. Because we know where Farage
like they don't actually give a shit.
It's just shocking. And people go, oh, yeah, they're talking for us. You know, they stand up for us. And all their councillors are out protesting Jamie McIver and all that lot. But the MPs, the top of the tree, couldn't give a fucking monkeys, could they? They know they don't need to be there because they've got the media behind them, so they can just do whatever they want, swan off, do whatever. And I put in my notes, I think Farage was in America, and I said, oh yeah, and Lee Anderson too busy having Sarah Potchin ironing his shirts and calling her the Duchess. Did you not see that clip? I'll find it. He put out a clip of Sarah Potchin ironing his work shirts, and he said, oh, I've got the Duchess ironing my work shirts. It's a bit odd, but hey-ho. That's what Reform do instead of showing up to the Commons for statements on child rape gangs that they're so vocal about on social media.
If I, who don't work for a living, don't have time to iron, and I sometimes do, but I still choose not to, how has an MP got time to do it for somebody else?
Yeah. But there's 2 MPs in the same room, one of which is watching the other one iron his shirt. It's just that. But anyway.
It's misogyny.
It is a misogyny. It's very 70s.
I don't iron, but when I do, I get a man to do it.
Yeah,
sometimes that's true.
Yeah. I've had to iron all my son's shirts for school this week because he's never had to wear a shirt before.
You lot are just better at it. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I'm not too bad at ironing, actually, to be fair. I'm all right. Oh, shirts anyway. That's just because I've done that before. But if you give me something complicated, I'll fall down. But shirts are okay. So, moving on from ironing. As Liz pointed out in part 1, Twitter X has been crazy this week with Farage. I agree with her that it's been a good week for the left and the people that oppose Farage to a point, but there are more and more accounts on Twitter, like the Times that Liz mentioned, like Sky News, like the BBC, who didn't call it out. He was awful. And I'm going to say this in case people haven't watched it, because
he was humiliated.
Yeah. So there's been clips going round, particularly ones of Jamie Raskin, who was the Democratic representative. Now I'm going to I've put an article out this morning, which is 3,000 words, so it's very, very long. But I've detailed everything that happened in the hearing. I watched it. It was 5 hours long, and I watched every minute of it. And I picked out a lot of highlights. That was obviously the one that went viral, as Liz pointed out as well. Jamie Raskin. So the background is that, briefly, Farage had these US representatives, Congress people, over to Parliament in July of this year. They were on a fact-finding mission because they think in America that the EU and the UK Online Safety Act is impinging on big tech in the US, and they're really upset about big tech being hampered in any way. You know, that's their ultimate
in countries that have got nothing
objective.
to do with them.
Yeah, exactly. But they think the Digital Services Act in the EU and our British Online Safety Act are really going to impinge on
Oh, the EU's makes a difference to people. Ours doesn't.
No, ours is not effective in any way. But that's the background. So Farage hosted a meeting of these representatives, and there was mainly Republicans led by Jim Jordan, but there was also some Democratic senators. And now in this committee hearing, they have Jim Jordan as the chairman, who's the Republican, big MAGA guy, big Trump fan. And the highest ranking member on the Democrat side is Jamie Raskin. And in July, when they were over, the meeting was an hour, and Jim Jordan and Farage spoke for an hour and then threw it over to Jamie Raskin, and he was allowed 3 minutes to speak before they closed the meeting. And in those 3 minutes, Jamie Raskin was talked over repeatedly by Farage. And according to Politico reporting at the time, one of the representatives said Farage just looked unhinged and like a giant man baby. And that was him talking over Representative Raskin, sorry. So that's the background of why Jamie Raskin did what he did in the hearing, because he was on his turf and he was the ranking member, so he had much higher seniority than Nigel Farage. So you've probably seen the clips of it. If not, there's one in my article. But he opened his speech, and he called Farage, their star witness, as he put it, was a far-right pro-politician. Oh, stop.
It's so good.
It was a far-right, pro-Putin politician, a British politician in the same sphere as the AfD in Germany, and had called his own country an authoritarian state. He said that Farage used to be a regular guest on Russian state TV channel RT, and he was a Putin-loving, free speech imposter and Trump sycophant. Mic drop. That was what went viral, understandably, because that's the level
did a lot
of.
More besides, though, didn't he?
Yeah.
He did a little. Farage tried to interrupt, and he went, "Yeah, you're the most beautiful man. Well done."
He did. But yeah, and also he called him out. I think they were talking about the Epstein files. Raskin and Jared Moskowitz.
Oh, that was outrageous.
Had a two-pronged attack on Farage on this one, and it was quite beautiful to watch. Go and watch it. It's online. I'll put a link to it. But he Moskowitz talked about the Epstein files for a long time. They all have 5 minutes to speak, so he used most of his 5 minutes to talk about it. And he said, first of all, he started by asking Farage, he said, I hear you have to leave early, Mr. Farage. Is that because you're going for lunch with the president? And Nigel Farage said, I can't remember. That was his answer. He said, I can't remember. I'm like, what? He said, okay, you can't remember if you're having lunch with the president of the United States? He said, no.
So that means he's not having lunch with him. He really wants to.
Yeah, he really, please. So that was the setup to Moskowitz's kind of questioning. And then he talked about Epstein. He said, what are your thoughts on Epstein files? And Farage said, I have no opinion. And he said, okay. And then after a few minutes of talking about the Epstein files, just from a US perspective, nothing to do with Farage, Jamie Raskin jumped in and said, I'd like to interject, and held up a piece of paper with Farage's face on it and said, I'd just like to point out that Nigel Farage had previously said that called for the release of the Epstein files. And Jared Moskowitz kind of looked over and went, oh, yes, thank you for that. I'm really aware of that, and held up the same piece of paper with Farage's face on it. And he said, so are you disagreeing with yourself now, Mr. Farage, or is it just going to make your lunch with the president extremely awkward? And for me, that was beautiful. That was so well choreographed by the pair of them. And Farage just looked more rattled, actually, at that than I've, I think, maybe ever seen him. His face, he was
doesn't that make you realise how little our MPs do?
Yeah, exactly. So
what are they frightened of?
But also how easy it is to rattle Nigel Farage. You know,
that's the personality
have the
type.
data.
They're very weak people.
Yeah, exactly. So. But it's like we said before with Liz as well, when he's questioned about Brexit, he kind of suddenly sort of morphs into this kind of worried face and then diverts. But he wasn't allowed to divert in Congress. It was very funny.
Sorry, you haven't finished, have you?
Carry on.
No, I was just going to say, at the same time as that committee was being held on the threat of American free speech, was it?
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, a couple of corridors away, 2 ranked military officials were being dragged out of a separate hearing for calling Gaza a genocide.
I saw
Tell me
that.
more about
Horrendous.
free speech, America.
I know.
It's almost like a load of shit that you're just making up to pass the time.
Well, that was my kind of sign off to my article, and please go and have a read of it if you're interested in this, because I have put a lot of detail into it. But my ending is that the right wing of politics in the US and also in the UK are being incredibly hypocritical. And they talk about their freedoms being eroded and free speech being taken away, while Trump is banning books and removing the liberties of his own citizens, which is exactly what you've just said. He's the one that's like clamping down on speech. No one else. It's the right. And then they're standing up in front of the world telling it like that Keir Starmer and the EU are taking away everyone's free speech, when actually, in real terms, Trump is. And if allowed, Farage would do exactly the same in this country.
Every false accusation is a confession.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly that. And the media in our country complicit in, if, for God's sake, somehow Nigel Farage does end up as Prime Minister, are going to find out the hard way exactly what will happen to them. They're the ones giving him the leg up, but they're going to be the first ones that get shut down when he's in power, if he gets to power. They're playing a very silly game with Farage, the UK media, because we've seen it in America.
But they've got, they're clearly, it's a strategy, isn't it, that they've got, because they've decided they want him as the next PM. But they've got, as much as they might be able to try and manufacture it, they don't have the money and reach that Musk and Trump had together.
No, true.
As popular as X is in Britain, it's still like, I don't know how many of the population are on the platform, but it's not a great percentage, I don't think.
No, it's not huge. Probably more on Facebook still, I'd imagine, right?
But people use Facebook generally, don't they? Mm-hmm. Whereas X is more sort of politics central, or if your favourite sports stars on it, I suppose, or music people. But it's not... I don't think it's as widespread for politics as it probably bloody should be. And we'd never be able to tell anyway because of all the bots, but...
Yeah.
But unfortunately, when you think about it, I don't know about anyone else's area, but certainly where I am, all the local rags years ago were taken over by Trinity newspapers, and then Trinity newspapers got bought out, and then they're now basically, is it Reach, own like all the local rags in the country or something?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Who are they working on behalf of?
Yeah, God knows. And they're the ones you can't even look at a newspaper article on your phone anymore, can you? Because there's about 18 billion pop-ups, and you can't. It's like going back to the 90s when pop-ups were like everywhere.
Yeah.
But
people are coming away from mainstream TV, so they're not seeing the regional news, which is also
it's true.
Controlled by media magnets. So we are propagandized to a breathtaking rate.
Yeah, and then Farage had the cheek to answer a question in Congress when he lied to Congress. Let's say that what he did. It wasn't. He was asked the question by Jamie Raskin again at the end of his questioning, and he said, as a free speech advocate, Mr. Farage, and he first asked him about why Farage was against a Gaza demonstration in November of last year. He said, surely if you're for free speech, there should be 365 days a year, not just selective ones. And Farage's answer was 364 days, just not that one, he said. I mean, that's not an answer, is it? But
he's just a disgusting human being.
Yeah, and then he pushed onwards, Raskin, and asked Farage, he said, why are Reform UK banning journalists from their party conferences and press conferences? And Farage said, we don't ban anyone.
He's such a liar. Not even a good one.
Outright fucking terrible lie.
Very easily demonstrable.
As I wrote this yesterday at the time of writing, people I'm aware of that are banned from the Reform Party conference today are Byline Times, New World Magazine, D-Smog, Dale Vince, Narinder Kaur, all banned from...
Femi has been kicked out for the last 2 years.
Femi keeps getting kicked out. The fact that he lied to Congress has not been picked up.
After taking an oath to the Constitution and the President. Is that lawful?
No one's picking it up.
Anyone?
Where's Sky News? Yeah, Angela Rayner made a mistake on her housing. She's resigned out of her position as Deputy Prime Minister. Nigel Farage lied to Congress outright.
Becomes a traitor, then lies while doing it.
Tumbleweeds. No one's picked it up. And that kind of highlights where we are with Reform UK. The media in the United Kingdom.
Hang on. Yesterday was Thursday. What was Lewis Goodall's take?
I don't know. Oh, no, actually, the newsagents, Sopel and Mateless, were out in Clacton yesterday, and they were vox-popping people about, because they said, amazingly, Nigel Farage has broken Britain. What is he doing in America? So it's like, well done, you've caught up. Keep this going.
It's Thursdays, I'm telling you. You catch them on a Thursdays, they report good news.
Jeez. I remember you said that last week, yeah. Thursdays are it. So, I don't know. I mean, please go and have a read of my article, because I'm not trying to push it for my own sake. It's just online. It's on Twitter. It's not, you don't have to pay for it.
But it will save you having to watch 5.5 hours of tediousness.
It will. But there's some points I found which are, I think, quite interesting. And our media aren't picking it up. So someone has to. I'm trying to.
But it's not the first time they've just gone complete tumbleweed on stuff.
Yeah.
They do it all the time on stuff they don't want people to care about or talk about.
I know.
And then fill everything with, oh, look at that migrant, killed a disabled.
Yeah, exactly. Both of those things. And the only last thing I'm going to say about... Yeah. The last thing I'll say about the press conference is it was dressed up originally, and I wrote about it a week or so ago about it was dressed up by the Telegraph as Nigel Farage champions the case of Lucy Connolly in front of Congress.
Barely mentioned.
But, yeah, exactly. Graham Linehan, on the other hand, he's the new flavour of the month for the Free Speech Union grift wing. He's overtaken Lucy Connolly. Now, he was mentioned, I think, about 35 times, Graham Linehan. And Farage mentioned him at least 10 times. He mentioned Lucy Connolly a couple of times, but Linehan's now the favourite month.
Something I need to pick up the whole world on, unfortunately, including yourself, my very good friend.
Oh, yeah. No, go ahead.
Is that everybody has been misdescribing Linehan. He is a former comedy writer.
Yeah,
he's not written anything funny in at least a decade, I'd say.
Right.
To the best of my knowledge, he's a former comedy writer, current lunatic. The man is not stable, nor rational.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
And he's delighted that this is happening because it's raising his profile and getting him clicks. He couldn't give a shit about anything else.
No, definitely not. He was brought up a lot because another guy that was on the was a witness at the hearing was a guy called Lorcan Price, who's an Irish lawyer who works for a European kind of law firm, and they seem to represent every single person that's been arrested for, in inverted commas, silently praying outside an abortion centre. He is like their lawyer. He's their go-to guy. So he got asked a lot about it.
I looked for a connection between him and Linehan and I found nothing.
He was personal friends with him. He said about it a few times. He said, I know Graham Linehan well. I'm a close personal friend.
Okay, so, I was looking as in worked on his behalf type.
Yeah, that I'm not sure about, but he definitely mentioned him a couple of times in the hearing. Said, no, I've said to Graham this, and I've said to Graham that. I so they know each other in that respect. But other than that, I don't know.
Yeah.
But he was a sneaky one, Lorcan Price. He was very much the nodding dog to the Republican questions. When they asked him about,
who were those two women?
Which ones?
The ones that were laughing hilariously throughout him describing Graham Linehan's ordeal.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
They couldn't have been taking it less seriously if they had red noses on.
Yeah, I was trying to find out some of the background people. I found a couple.
You found the boys, didn't you? And lo and behold,
I found a couple of the boys. Yeah, Dan Jukes, who I've seen his face before, but I hadn't really sort of looked at before. But he's an ex-UKIPper, mates with Paul Joseph Watson, I'm going to say mental conspiracy theorist. Yeah, let's say that, because he is. He's fully crazy conspiracy theorist, or he's a grifter. I don't know, one of the two. But Andrew Tate fan and all that stuff. So and the other one I found was Zach Siegel, who's I think he's the chairman of the Boston University Republicans and the Heritage Foundation fellow. So it all ties back in, doesn't it? So,
all the same knobheads.
Yeah, that might be the title of the part 2 episode. All the same knobheads. Yeah, but that's it. I don't. There's so much to say because it was 5 hours and lots of stuff came out, and my notes are crazy. I might put an image of them online somewhere because they're a bit nuts, but because I missed out loads of stuff in my article in 3,000 words. It could have gone on for another 2 at least, but I didn't, because that would have been interminable. Go and have a read of it, and I don't want to say any more about reform this week, I don't think, apart from... No, that was it. Done. More finished reform. You can hear the cat now.
Yeah, because I shut the window because the lawnmower is now said you can't get out. The man's coming to fit the cat flap next week.
Oh, okay.
Cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought I had another reform. There's just so many reform. I mean, have we even mentioned the latest reformatives clown, Doris?
Which one?
Yeah, we talked about it in part 1.
Yeah,
we
talked about it briefly with Liz.
I mean,
but that's nuts. Exactly.
But what I think they're doing with these reformatives is there'll be a lot of infighting, but I reckon there probably will be anyway with those weirdos. They're pulling in people who they think they can very safely shove into an election seat.
Yeah, quite
and
possibly.
Reliably know that they'd stand a chance, as opposed to dickhead Dave, who shows his arse on the town hall steps 3 years ago and posted it on Facebook and is a massive Nazi. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're getting people in who know the game.
So it's credibility, yeah.
But very loosely credibility, because
yeah, but it is. No, she is, but she's sort of.
But they know how to play it, like Andrea Jenkins.
Yeah, exactly. She's been there and done that, and she's been at the coalface, as Liz said earlier, and that's a good point. I think that's probably
they're
going
to continue parachuting people in.
Just pull out Jonathan Gullis and Dominic Raab and
they are the reformatives. Else. But I genuinely, I'm tempted to stand as an independent.
Yeah, you were saying about this when we were chatting the other day.
To go to a hustings and go, sit down.
Yeah, well, we'll definitely do it, and I'll come and film it, and we'll put it on. But
you've got to do it too, probably, in your bloody area, Jesus.
It's too sewn up in this area. It's very lefty where I live. Our MP, super lefty. Simon Ofer's our Labour MP. No, it's Labour, but it fluctuates, and it was Tory, Stroud, before last year. It was Siobhan Bailey, but it's taken a big step to the left.
Siobhan Bailey or Siobhan Bailey?
Siobhan.
I didn't know there was one.
Yeah, she was a Tory MP previous to this, but now we've got this guy called Simon Ofer, who's often found holding up Free Palestine's sort of banners, and he's very to the left of the Labour Party, not soft left like Liz was describing, farther left. So he's more aligned with the Corbyn Sultana lot, I would say, than Labour, but he is the Labour MP for Stroud. So.
I mean, notwithstanding, you also can't have an MP who sits there and goes, "Oh, I don't know." So there's that too.
Although I did say, I think I've mentioned it a couple of times, I've been trying to get in touch with our MP for several months, and I keep getting just boilerplate replies from his staff. So I'm a bit disheartened by that.
Simon Ofer?
The MP, Simon Ofer, yeah. But yeah. I don't know. He's very active on Facebook, apparently.
But he can't reply to his constituents' letters.
No, I'll have to get back on Facebook and try and get a hold of him that way. But yeah.
The phrase "Oi, dickhead" sometimes works well.
All caps. Full caps it. That'll get his attention. Yeah. But Oh no, that's really weird. On my other screen, I've just had a picture pop up of Jonathan Gullis. Oh, freaking hell, I've just manifested him into existence.
The stupid wizards in the wizardy things, isn't it? I did see a tweet from Reform Exposed UK this week about a councillor in Wigan called Lee. Something or other. I'm very sorry, viewers, listeners. I think I have tweeted it, but I then went onto Facebook and saw that Reform Wigan had been tweeting, which is this Lee person, because they're not allowed to do it under their personal names anymore. Sensible move by Reform. But it is him running the account. And I can't help myself, can I? So I went on, a screenshot what Reform UK... Oh, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. I lie. I went over, he was talking about something or other nonsense. And I just said, oh, tell us about it. That was it. It was about HMOs. And Reform UK Exposed said that he owned 2 HMOs that he was selling whilst, wanging on about how bad HMOs are. So I just went over and I said, hi, Lee. Or words to that effect. How many HMOs you own? 2, is it? Question, just asking questions. And he came back and vociferously denied it.
Did he? That's interesting.
And some of his supporters said, or words to that effect. And I said, I'm just asking questions. If he's got a problem with the people accusing him, he should go speak to them directly. It's not hidden. And both parties remain silent. So I'm none the bloody wiser. But it's annoying because you just want truth and accuracy, don't you?
Yeah, you do. You do. I don't know. It's that might be worth one sort of keeping an eye on and pursuing at a later date to see what happens with it because
I like reliable sources and that.
Yeah, there's got to be some public records and stuff like that as well.
Well, Reform Exposed put in the 2 links for the houses that it's a going concern. They're selling at places with places to rent. And there's no actual links to who owns it, as there never are. Why would there be? But they're leaving. If it's not true, they're leaving themselves very open.
Yeah,
I would have thought on a legal basis.
True.
And if it is true, then my God, the man's got some brass neck.
Well, I mean, I know
which is more often the case, isn't it?
Exactly. That's it. That's what I was going to say. I know which side of the fence I'd be on that.
But the thing is, this is the other reason I wouldn't mind standing is that, like we know, all you got to do with these people is scratch the surface. And I'm what I can do. I'm not good at a lot of things, but what I am good at is very audibly humiliating terrible people in public. I don't care anymore. I haven't done for a long time. If somebody's a knobhead, I will highlight it roundly because, and not because I'm an arsehole, because I want them to think next time they're about to do it. Oh, I don't want that feeling again.
Yeah, maybe not. Yeah,
that's why I'll always call out a racist or a kid or whatever who's being naughty. But I'm very good at it, and the more terrible the person is, the more divil
that's
I
worth
am.
a look at then, definitely.
That's why I want to go to hustings.
Yes, definitely. I'm just looking at my notes. What else have you got?
Oh, me. Not a lot. Totally substanceless. I've got a cat.
Kemi, you got a cat?
A lovely cat.
Kemi Badenoch. We've talked about.
The Stanford thing. I mean that. I was in school, I'm sure we've all been there, but I was in school with a girl who just had a reputation for making stuff up, like wild. Like Guy at the In-Betweeners.
Oh, yeah.
Jay, yeah.
Jay from the
exactly
In-Betweeners.
Like that. Except she never grew out of it. And these people exist. They're not uncommon. And
I know. I mean,
they're not
no, that's the thing, isn't it? Like when you're a child, literally a child making boasts and claims and trying to become popular with your friends and say silly things, fine. You can understand it. When you're the leader of His Majesty's opposition in the Houses of Parliament House of Commons.
It's arrested fucking development.
Yeah, it's just awful. Yeah, so in case anyone isn't aware, Kemi Badenoch claimed to have been offered a place at US medical school, Stanford University, at the age of 16.
I did not know that bit.
Oh, yeah, no, it was when she was 16, apparently. She was invited to become a child prodigy at Stanford Medical School in the United States at the age of 16. I was just
going to say that is so the person I was at school with, but I can't do that.
Yeah. But then it says the admissions staff at the university, however, have been unable to recall the proposal, and the university didn't even provide that course.
I mean, if you're going to lie, get it right. Fucking hell.
Have some I think that I read somewhere the best liars have detail, that they put detail into their lies so that it seems credible. That's just bullshit.
Well, there's
just
a very
nonsense.
As with most things, there's a very happy medium, because some liars will give too much detail, which also makes it obvious.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
It's a moderation thing.
But you got to have something, right? You got to have a little bit of detail. It makes it credible.
Well, you've got to get the detail bloody accurate. Fucking idiot.
I know. So, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
It says, when asked for clarification, the Conservatives then said Badenoch had, I never know if it's Badenoch or Badenoch, whatever.
Badenoch.
Had not, sorry. When asked for clarification, the Conservatives then said that Badenoch had not applied, but had been offered the place by a number of US universities, including Stanford, on the basis of good exam results in the US standardized tests. But academics and admissions experts have cast doubt on this, saying it's an impossible scenario. So, fuck's sake, I just don't.
Do you know what? I feel quite sick and sad when I think about people like that. That you're that insecure. You've got to live in a fantasy world.
That's it, isn't it? It is. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. You understand it? Of people who live in a difficult place. She doesn't live there. She lives in a very comfortable place.
She does. I think Liz said earlier she feels a bit sorry for her, and I can see why she says that, because she's been boosted into a position and told to become a different person. But she chose
to be boosted into that position.
She has, but she's got this hubris and this fantasy which people have obviously cottoned onto, and then she's found herself. Oh no!
But the trouble is, she so enjoys that stage. She buzzes off it.
Yeah. Because if you grow up in a fantasy land
where
you're making stuff up... You reap what you fucking sow,
I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't feel sorry for her. I'm just saying I can understand why some people might. I don't think I think she is a fantasist. She's completely unsuited for politics and any position in high office. That's my position on Kemi Badenoch.
There's nobody in that place who didn't choose to be there.
Oh, sorry.
All right.
Choking.
Don't die
I'm
us,
fine.
Please.
No, not today. No. I agree. You're right. She definitely wants to be there, but that's the fantasist, narcissistic personality disorder coming out, isn't it? So
why do we not have psychological testing for these people?
Yeah,
it is
said it a load of times.
Insane to me that we do not vet psychology of people who are going to have such power. Oh, look where we've ended up.
Yeah.
Oh, the rest of the world are mad, are they? So we have to do it too. No, we don't. That's not how it works.
Yeah. No, you're right. It's you've said it loads of times. It's absolutely.
I have to keep repeating myself because we have new listeners. Sorry.
No, that's true. Yeah. We have to do that all the time.
We're in the repetition game, so sorry, usual listeners. You will hear this a lot.
Regular. Yeah, exactly.
Go spread it around, please.
Yeah, I know, but yeah, I still don't think she's going to be. I heard someone say on the radio, I think it was, I can't remember who it was, one of the political commentators saying they're going to wait, the Tories, they think they'll wait until after May elections next year, hold on to her until then, and then after that, assuming they do terribly again, they'll hoof her at that point. But I'm surprised they would keep her that long. I think potentially she's got less time than that, but that's just my opinion. Especially with the rise of Farage. Yeah. But it's interesting that Liz said about James Cleverly, which is what I said to you last week. And I do think if the serious Tories want to do anything, That's where they have to pull Conservatives to that position again. They have to stop this ludicrous, generic Badenoch, Chris Philp trio of insanity that's going on.
I can't think of anyone except for Dominic Grieve who would make me take the Tories seriously again.
Yeah,
I mean, there's Varsi, but
me.
she's. I think she's moved away a bit. I've not heard anything from her for ages.
No,
she had her own internal wranglings with them, didn't she? I'm amazed she's still a Tory, to be honest. What was the upshot of that? Do you remember?
I can't remember. I have to look it up, but
I might look into that for next week.
Islamophobic things, wasn't it?
Yeah, but she'd been rolled over.
She had
with witnesses and things. It was odd.
I vaguely remember her talking about it I think on the last leg I watched her talking about that, but it was a while ago, so I can't remember.
So much.
You what? Sorry, you hate it?
It's so the last leg is the most disingenuous show you've ever seen on telly. It purely plays to the culture war. Oh, how long has it been running? And exactly what the fuck have they done for disabled people? Fuck all. How many MPs have they spoken to about the problems disabled people have? Fucking none of them in any serious capacity. They are grifting jokers who can fuck off using disabled people to make money in a career. Piss off.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't watch it anymore, but
they're almost worse than the people who do nothing at all because they're pretending.
Well,
and if I ever saw them in the street, I would have this conversation then. And that's why I don't do Vox Pops yet.
You'd be punching too many people out.
I'll be honest, I've only got one punch in me, so I don't, once every 10 years enough. Occasionally if I'm driven to it, but not lately. No, just, I'm not very good with the old poker face at the moment.
Fair enough. What were you talking about? Oh no, I'm just looking at my notes, but I think I've done everything on my notes. Oh no, one more thing I wanted to mention. What have you got? And I've got one more thing that I wanted to talk about.
I'm done.
Okay, cool. Because and it's sort of reform linked, sort of Labour linked. Did you see that Labour? You might not have done because I don't think it got much traction. No, 64,000 views. I know it's on Politics UK. That's quite low for them. Labour had put out a website called reformmanifesto.co.uk, which is interesting. They're taking a leaf out of Kemi Badenoch's book of rachelsthieves.com and all that.
You can't have an original idea now, come on.
Well, when you go to the website, it opens up a PDF, it asks you to click on their link, and it says, oh, I've lost it now, for fuck's sake. Bear with me. I hate when I say that because I sound like Boris Johnson at that press conference. Bear with me.
No, you don't.
Remember
I always think it's Miranda. Bear with.
Oh, Miranda, yeah. Bear with.
Bear with.
So you go to this reformmanifesto.co.uk and it says, reforms don't know manifesto, all complaints, no answers. Click on the link to download reforms manifesto, and it takes you to a PDF, and it's called noidea.co.uk. And it's actually quite interesting, and it's quite funny for Labour. They've actually gone on an attack for once. I'll put a link to it down below in the show notes because it's a big, long PDF. It's 24 pages long, and it's a lot of policy of what Reform haven't answered about and what their made-up stuff is, followed by what Labour is doing about that policy. So I just found it quite interesting.
It doesn't sound very easily accessible.
It's
if it was
not,
just like a web page with tabs, it might be easier. Who wants to download anything to do with Reform?
Well, I know. I'll put a link to it. Go and have a look because it's interesting. I don't think it's amazing by any stretch of the imagination, but I just thought it was interesting that Labour are moving to
Labour comms again, isn't it? Really good idea, really well written. Bury it as deep as you can.
Well, they're just going on the attack, which makes a change because they need to.
Yeah, but they're going on the attack, like you said, in a very teeny tiny hide in the corner kind of way. Fuck me.
Oh yeah, they don't talk about it. No, we're going to attack Reform, but don't tell anybody. Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what they're doing. Yeah, we don't want to upset Nigel Farage. Don't tell him. Like every other fucking.
This is it.
In the UK.
It's a managed performance. by terrible people.
It is. So with that, I don't have anything else for today, and I've just looked at the clock, and it's 2 hours and 27 minutes.
That's definitely a two-parter.
Definitely a two-parter for sure. So this will be the end of part 2, and
at some point we're going to have to go to bi-weekly recordings, aren't we?
Yeah, I know we are. We definitely are. It has been pointed out to us by a number of people that we should be doing less than an hour, but more than once. That will happen, I think, sooner rather than later, won't it? So yeah. And also now that now that you know how to edit using the software.
Well, I knew how to edit. Yeah, I had a couple of hiccups this week, which is why I've not cracked on with it more than I have, but I will.
It's fine.
Practice. You went in and did loads of them, and I'm like, oh.
I know. I just got up really early on Sunday morning and just ploughed through a load of clips. But yeah, it's yeah, I don't know. We'll get there. But if we're going to go twice a week, then yeah, that'd be definitely be good. We can both crack on with it. So cool.
I need to have a practice.
Right. Yeah. That's it. I haven't got anything else unless you have.
No, I'm all clear for the moment.
Cool. Well, I'm going to go and
news happens
embark
in a
on. Yeah, something's going to happen. Farage is speaking, isn't he? So there's going to be a massive media blitz of Nigel Farage said absolutely nothing.
I'll be looking forward to some of the journalist questions about his lies.
Yeah. I think Alistair Campbell's in there. He put a picture out earlier of
he's not happy.
all the sponsorship of in around the arena with direct bullying and stuff like that, and Farage's grinning face on it.
Yeah. Getting into what?
Yeah, on that bombshell.
I've got to stop sitting on the fence, haven't I?
I know, yeah, just say what you think. Right, cool. I'm going to say goodbye then.
Yeah.
And
okay.
Have a great weekend.
Please like, share, subscribe, if indeed you are still here. Thank you very much.
Yeah, if you've got to this point, well done. And yes, please share, subscribe. Thanks very much. Bye-bye from me.
Bye.